Blizzards are some of the most dangerous forces of nature. They can be extremely sudden, temperatures plummet faster than you can find shelter, and visibility can drop drastically. These factors combine to make one of the most tragic weather events in American history, the Children's Blizzard of 1888. In the days leading up to January 12th, the day of the blizzard, the temperatures and amount of snowfall in the Black Hills region of the United States were fairly average, with the morning of the blizzard having very mild conditions considering the time of the year. Looking at the meteorological setup for the event, there are some details that seeing the map nowadays would have led to forecasts calling for winter storm or even blizzard warnings for the northern plains, since there was a substantial area of low pressure east of the Rocky Mountains. The U.S. Army Signal Corps stated, "The storm of considerable energy has moved southward into Colorado." Due to the limited amount of meteorological devices at the time, the forecasters made the best use they could out of the tools they had at their disposal. As you can see from the wind arrows, the wind from the Dakotas, eastern Nebraska, and much of the Midwest was moving from the southeast, and therefore would have brought a short period of relief from the cold conditions that had occurred previously. The close spacing of the isobars, which is a line on a map connecting points having the same atmospheric pressure at a given time, indicated that it would have been quite breezy in the same areas. 36-mile-per-hour winds were reported in Bismarck, North Dakota, while 15 to 25-mile-an-hour winds were reported in portions of eastern Nebraska and Missouri. At 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on the same day, conditions changed drastically. Temperatures across the Dakota Territory, Minnesota, and many other surrounding areas plummeted over 40 degrees Fahrenheit in a matter of hours. Heavy snow also began to be blown in by the previously mentioned strong winds. Bismarck reported a temperature of negative 14 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 25 degrees Celsius, which was a temperature drop of 10 degrees in 24 hours. Fort Buford in very western North Dakota reported a temperature of negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 30 degrees Celsius. The lowest recorded temperature of the whole storm occurred in Poplar River, Montana, reaching minus 56.8 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 49.3 degrees Celsius. The tragic consequences of the storm were a result of the terrible timing, hitting suddenly and around the time when most schools would be let out. Another thing that made the rapid temperature drops so disastrous was most children had gone to school dressed in nothing more than regular shoes and other lightweight clothing. When the storm did hit, it was a complete and sudden whiteout. With so much snow being blown swiftly all around by the high winds, visibility was near zero. School teachers, who at the time were often very young themselves, had to make life and death choices regarding whether they should send the children home in the foul conditions, or whether they should keep the kids inside the schoolhouse that was running exceedingly low on fuel. Ultimately, and unfortunately, many decided to release the children into the storm. This blizzard became the 10th deadliest blizzard in U.S. history, with hundreds of people, which includes some accounts of as many as 213 school children, losing their lives as a result of the terrible storm. This is why we now call it the Children's Blizzard of 1888. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please consider subscribing so you can learn more about weather phenomena on my channel.